Hi guys, how are you? So, third week, this is our third week? Third week, right? Fourth?
Yes.
Wow, we've already done 3 episodes. So this is our 4th episode. Today we're doing something a bit different. Today we're going to talk about value proposition. So when you're shopping for a watch, a mechanical watch, something that has heritage, there's so many brands to look at that can allow you to go into that world. I'll start with something really new, and when I say new, I mean fresh off the oven. I really don't know how the guys secured it, and I know there is a bit of controversy around it, but it's the new Ballon Ross BR05. Obviously this watch has inspiration from different brands. The finishing is really cool. This is part of the new collection that was just recently launched, I think a week or 2 weeks ago. But you know, the black dial with the steel combo I think is a really nice combo, and it's going to be an acquired taste, but definitely come in, take a look at it. This is really cool and fresh off the oven. Now when we talk value proposition, and by value proposition we mean watches that are below the 20,000 dirham mark on the pre-owned market. So something that's easy to get, that's not going to break the bank. One of my favorite has been this tag Boyer Carrera X02. Now I used to own one of those, and one of the reasons I really like this watch is because for me this is the new era in Tag Heuer. This watch came out originally I think 3 or 4 years ago with their O2 calibers. And I think this really reflects where Tag Heuer wanted to go. Obviously, a lot of influence from Jean-Claude Biver, who was also responsible for the brand. Yes, it's a big watch, it's a thick watch, but the finishing is very nice. The rubber is very nice. I love the skeletonized look. You know, the hues of red. This is a really cool watch. It's very light, even though it's big and bulky, but I think this for me represents everything that Heuer is transforming to be. They use a very similar case for their tourbillon watches, and you know, the retail of their tourbillons are around 65,000 dirhams, which gives you access to an amazing complication or function. Obviously, another brand that presents amazing value proposition in the pre-owned market is Mont Bloom, but this is not a Mont Bloom that you've seen or that is very common. This is a flyback. I love the black on black look. I love the vertical sub-dials. But what's really cool on a flyback chronograph is that as it sets and it's turning around, all you have to do is press a button to reset it. So if you're timing multiple things, you know, you can use flyback. It's different than a split chronograph, but nonetheless a flyback chronograph. So for example, if we look at this piece, you're talking about, you know, definitely something below the 20,000 dirham mark for a complication like this. Moving forward, another brand that presents amazing value, because this is a brand, in my opinion, that's at par with Rolex and all the big players. This is, you know, with so much heritage, is obviously the Omega. And today, between the Seamasters and the Speedmasters, you can find so many different options that are really cool and present amazing value. So this, for example, is the Planet Ocean Seamaster. I love the orange and gray. It's got a, you know, see-through case back, helium valve escape. So I think this is an amazing value proposition. It fits very nice. It's very light. This is a limited edition piece as well. So, you know, you can't go wrong with something like this. Another brand that presents great value, and, you know, especially on the pre-owned market, they've had their ups and downs historically speaking, but they're very iconic, is obviously the Breitlings. Here we have 2 watches, an iconic Navi timer, and we all know the Navi timer, you know, one of the best well-known aviation watches. The Navi timer, if you look at, you know, what they used to do in the 50s and 60s, they were actually used as calculators to time flights, to time takeoff, to time landing. I mean, there's just so much that a Navi timer can do. But another option that I really like is this really simple day-date Navi timer. I love the blue. As they say, blue is the new black. Everybody has been going crazy for blue. For a fraction of the cost of a day-date or what's out there, you can get yourself a nice dress watch with the day complication. Fits really nice. You can see the leather, the hue of the blue, you know, the dial. Beautiful watch at a fraction of the cost. Obviously, the last 2 are, again, watches I really like, especially this one. This is the 2-door Black Bay. This is the newer model with the in-house movement. But this is the burgundy color. When the Black Bay was launched, and you know, I always say the Black Bay reissue or the launch, it has changed the industry in terms of access to watches, in terms of reissuing of vintage, in terms of getting all these young people interested again in horology. The first one they reissued obviously was the Burgundy, so that's one of my favorite combos. Beautiful watch. The new movement has 70-hour power reserve. It's obviously, you know, under the Rolex umbrella, so I think this is a gorgeous watch if you're looking for an everyday diver under the 20K mark. Finally, obviously, we also have a crown, and that's, you know, the biggest value proposition from Rolex. This is the Oyster Perpetual 39, an amazing alternative to a Datejust or even a date. You can see how nicely it fits. This is their new white dial, so they've launched last year, I think, 2 new dials, the white and the black, but that's a very, very nice option. Under the radar, fits very nice, perfect everyday watch if you don't want the date complication. So this is a selection today of entry-level brands and entry-level watches that can get you into the mechanical world, that you can enjoy just as much as any higher-end brand or watch. All of these brands have so much history and legacy behind them. And I think the message I want to give is, as you go, you know, if you want to think of value proposition, you don't have to lose on the fun. You don't have to lose on the horological value. Yes, finishing will be impacted. You won't be able to get as many complications, but this is an example of how you can get into watchmaking at a very reasonable price point. So I know most of you are seeing our videos on IGTV, but please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube, because there's going to be so much more content, not just the picks of the week, but, you know, I mean, there's a plan for us to have debates, to do specific deep dives on watches. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And, you know, as always, please feel free to come in, look at these watches, play with them, wear them, try them on the wrist. You know, every time I've visited here, I've seen a watch that I haven't considered before, that I, you know, either liked or disliked, but please do come in. We're all waiting for you. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and see you next week. Thank you very much.